Mans are live. Streaming for the first time. Anyway, welcome to KangBrosTV. Liverpool have just won 3-1 against Arsenal. That was machine performance, bro.
It's just too much. It's too much. It's relentless. I'm going to get straight into it, yeah? For me, as a Liverpool fan, buzzing. Very happy that they've won. But, I mean, who are we playing today? Burnley? Who are we playing against?
Bro, that was Burnley FC tactics. Like, I want to hear from Arsenal fans most definitely, because they be saying they'll be slewing Burnley the way they play. Now, I get it. Like, Arteta's style. He's got them now. He's made them hard to beat. I get it. But do we really be wanting to watch that week in, week out, bro? I'm not sure, cuz.
I'm not taking anything away, yeah, from obviously the way Liverpool played, because obviously it's impressive to do that, to be that relentless is impressive. And to be at it and whatever, I get all that, I understand that. But to think Leeds came here a couple of weeks ago, yeah, and scored 3 goals. Now, for me, and they put in a more Arsenal-like performance that what I'm used to seeing from Arsenal over the years than what Arsenal did today. They got beat 3-1, and they've come here playing in a certain way. Would you rather not just come here and have a go, and then if you get beat 3-1, at least you saying, you know what, boom, we had a go, we tried, we were actually gone out on our sword. That's my personal perspective on it.
The thing is, what other fans will say is that Liverpool fans don't really know how good your team is. I think sometimes
I know, bro.
We know. I guess we know. But just if you flip the coin and say, okay, look, if we were Liverpool of old, and you're now going to face Barcelona, yeah, how do you go set up? Let's use Rafa for example. When Rafa set up team up, you knew exactly what Rafa was going to do. Who's going to make it boring as fuck?
Fair.
I will take the point away.
Fair, but again, then if you're going to deep it even more, then how contradictory is the tactics? Then you want to play out from the back, regardless. We're going to play. Yet you've got 11 men behind the ball. So when you do get the ball, you're not going anywhere. It's not like anything changed. Do you know what I'm saying? So that if you're going to play out from the back, right, get your ball player on the ball, spread, and I understand all the thought process behind it, but there's nothing. There's nothing. and then just to give the ball back, and then so listen, don't get me wrong. People are like, oh yeah, people have been saying to me, oh, it's a couple of points. Why was Mane not sent off? Yeah, that was one point that I heard. And the other point was if Lacazette had scored, then it's a different game. Listen, that's your one chance. Yes, in those sort of games, you've got to take your chance. You've got to take your one chance. But Liverpool had about 8 chances. That's what I'm saying. So, I understand the ifs and buts and whatever, but if you're going to come to Anfield and play like that, you might as well just not get off the bus.
Yeah, I hear you. I think until Ceballos came on, like fair play, like Ceballos cut up Liverpool a few times, and it was some bad defending from Trent as well. I'll be honest with you, but until then, like you said, the whole thing playing out of the back didn't really work. Liverpool, but then again, like you say, I've been saying, like Liverpool, they're aggressive when it comes to pressing. They're the best in the world, or one of the best in the world when it comes to it. So you do feel for Arsenal a little bit on that regard. But as you said, mate, I didn't know who we were playing today. In the first half, I was like, look at the possession stats, and I was like, is this what Arsenal going to do all game? And then when it went 2-1, they kind of had to do something.
I understand. Like I said, I understand. I'm not being a snob or anything like that, because Liverpool have been there. We were dead, for a long time. But it's just when you look at them play, you think just off, right, okay, Leeds came and had a go. They went man for man. You're telling me that Leeds have got better players than Arsenal? They're not. They don't. That's a fact. They don't. You sure? They don't, bro. They do not. Ceballos came on the pitch and all of a sudden is like, yeah, here's a bit of sauce. Here's a bit of, let me just try something, get the ball, let me pass forward, right? You had El Neni and Xhaka in midfield, yeah, and you're trying to play out. Now, I understand if you've got 200 midfielders and you're playing, right, okay, your wide men, stay up the pitch, get on the ball, because they're such good ball players, they'll beat the press and whatever. But from what I saw today, you're looking at El Neni and Xhaka to get on the ball and dictate play. If you're trying to play out, that's what you're trying to do then, right?
Nah, I don't think so.
With
those players, right, for me, like, I think he obviously wanted to defend and be solid in the middle, and that was a conservative Arsenal team. If you look at the Arsenal teams of before, we said this from the beginning, right? That they have these, like the likes of Sacco and all these other dudes here that run. Pepe's on the bench. So like we said from the beginning, that Arsenal came here to take the draw. I don't think they came. Oh, you're not even that. But I don't know what they came.
And like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm buzzing about my team and about the way we played, because we got a job. Yeah. Robertson's mistake that annoyed me, and that's what they were praying for. A mistake. They're playing for mistakes.
And the thing is, that's what they did the last two games.
And I understand you were that's your game plan. You up against a good team. We're going to rely on that. Hopefully, you get a mistake and you capitalize. That's your game plan, right? I understand you're playing against a very good team. And Arteta made a point after the game, which I thought to myself, do you know what? Fair. He was like, you press him. He goes, and then Van Dijk, when you think you've got him backed into a corner, he sprays a 60-yard pass that lands on Salah's chest. I get that. I understand that. That's nuts. It's nuts. It's unbelievable.
I think it's Van Dijk was doing it all night. Yeah. Even from the very first beginning of the first whistle, he was doing that. So,
but like I said, I'm not taking anything away. For my team, I'm very happy. But for me, it felt a little bit like taking candy from a baby. And I mean that in a way that I'm not. No. Like it sounds like I'm trying to be like I'm not. I'm telling you straight, because if you're going to sit back, you're going to try and play out with that personnel in your team. Come on, man. Tierney. You're putting Tierney up against Salah.
And the thing is, Arsenal fans rate Tierney highly as well. Like, don't get me wrong, he's got good potential. I'm not saying that at all, but he got done today.
You know, Kolasinac will be throwing Salah about at least. He'll be dashing him about at the very least.
Kolasinac ain't keeping up.
Yeah, but he'll be bodying him.
No, but he's a bit thick as well.
Yeah, but he's also a very strong cat. Do you know what I mean? You want. All I'm saying is, the reason I say that the candy from a baby thing is because I just feel like you're trying to play out against a team that's exceptional on the press. You've got 11 men behind the ball, and you're expecting Aubameyang to kind of run that way and then run that way and then go and score you a goal. Then you look at, do you know what I mean? Then you need a near perfect performance.
Yeah, Aubameyang weren't interested, man. Like he was like, this is not me. This is not me. Until like Sabas come on, he wasn't interested. And Lacazette, I back Lacazette in terms of when it comes to finishing. But I want to make massive praise to Alisson. Like we take this, I don't know. Actually, no, I take that back. We do not take this guy for granted. I've said this before. Liverpool have got layers. If you get past the strikers press, you then have the pits in the middle. Then you get Van Dijk, and if you happen to get past that guy, then you have to beat Alisson. That's what I'm saying. It's just one layer after
and I guess it allows you to be brave as defense. You can be brave because listen, I still back the guy behind me. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea find themselves getting further back because they don't back the guy behind them. And listen, I've been in a situation, no one is that level, obviously, but you know when you don't back your goalkeeper, you ain't going to go on, if there's a ball to be won, you ain't going to go and win it because you're going to think to yourself, whoa, because this is it. If I don't make this, it's a wrap.
It's Dave. What are you saying, Dave? How you going, mate?
But I just think from my perspective, I just think that looking at the way Liverpool play at the moment, yeah, go and defend. If you want to go and be brave, go and be brave. Because if you go and beat all these layers, then you got the goalkeeper, and that's big for me. It's very big.
And then the thing is, like, even the first 3 games that we've had, they are not easy. Imagine any other team, like Man City now, they have Leeds next at Leeds. Now, you said as well, if Leeds crowd was there, that's an even bigger problem than even just playing that fixture. But that fixture alone, I'm interested. Like every week,
I'm interested, regardless watching Man City at the minute. I saw Rodri say something yesterday about Leicester weren't interested in playing. Listen, I understand that.
What's going on, Reza?
But they scored 5 goals. They scored 5 goals against you. You've gone out and signed a Ruben Diaz or something like that because you think the Wolves way is the way to go, or whatever. I'm interested to watch now. But all I'm saying is today, Arsenal's performance, it was like taking candy from a baby. That's it, as far as I'm concerned. You want to try and play out from the back when you've got the best pressers in the business. And the other thing I will say is, and I'll ask people, if Thiago was playing.
The first half, literally, we were shouting at each other. We was like, you know what? If Thiago was here, he'll be doing this right now. If Thiago would be right here accepting the ball. There were so many times, like, Gini was frustrating. Like, don't get me wrong, great performance, team performance, but there were things that Gini just can't do. Like, he's a different player to Thiago, granted. But there's things that you know that Thiago will be dictating that game way more better than it actually was. That's our take on it. I don't know if people watching agree, but boy.
There's someone just mentioned, do you reckon Mane should have been sent off? Nah, not for me.
For me, the show, it came like this and then like this, right?
And to be fair, I think with all the technology available, I just feel that people are looking at that. It's not like he's actually gone to maliciously. He's gone to get his body in the way, and he's expecting to be whacked as well. And he's not meant it, but he should have been booked. He should definitely have been booked for it. But I don't think personally it was a red card. But then equally, if he had been sent off, I would have been annoyed, but you'd have to accept it because it is an elbow. So it depends. I think people would have looked at that.
If you got a red card, you accepted it.
Well, no, I think you can look at it and say, right, it's an elbow, but I don't think I think there's a right decision personally. I think the right decision was made. And Mane, again, what has this guy got to do? He's just levels.
Arsenal are shook of him. Like you speak to any fan, not just Arsenal fans, I guess most, yeah, but against them, he always turns up. But one thing I will say, it's a sticky one still. Yes, it is. Like it was, but I think it was the yellow card was the right one. But Mane, but you know what? Yeah, Holding, he actually defends pretty well against Mane. Like if you put them on side to side, you said to you, what, Mane versus Holding, who do you think's going to better him? You're going to say Mane all day. But at Holding, the last three times I've seen him play, he actually buzzes off this whole competition with Mane.
Do you know what? There's somebody that's watching, yeah, and
Earl's locked on.
Earl Locker, listen, you're my guy, yeah, a big love for you, Earl, but mate, come on now.
Come on now. I don't know what that was, but boy.
We spoke about this, to be fair. We spoke about this. Watching that, you'd rather them go out, you know, if it's boxing, I'd rather them went out swinging. Do you know what I'm saying?
No.
That's getting beat on points and you ain't landed you haven't really landed a shot. You won a round.
No, but you know what? That's Arsenal of old. Like, you know, if old Arsenal came, they would come to attack, do the counter attack, and they'll get slapped. I think this whole thing now is different. Like, Arteta does not want to do that. He wants to make Arsenal a harder team to beat, which they are.
If you want to beat a harder team to beat, tell me, please, why you're putting Luiz in your team then. Please.
If you're not going to put Gabriel in this fixture, no?
Mate,
you go with the experience.
From what I've been hearing, a lot about this Gabriel guy, that he is a very, very good player. This is where you're going to test him then. Test him up against the best. You did it with Tini. You chucked Tini in.
But Tini's been playing decent.
Well, yeah, apparently so is Gabriel.
But he's early doors.
Mate. Well, Luiz. And again, as a Liverpool fan, I'm very, very happy with what we're doing. And we are champions. And I've just seen a guy make a point. Alvin, yeah, you're spot on. They played like champions, and it was very intense. But I'll ask you the same thing, Alvin. You're an Arsenal fan. Would you not have liked to have seen Arsenal have a go? If you've just got beat 3-1, playing in a very conservative way, and yes, shoulda, woulda, couldas, they could have got one with Lacazette. But would you not prefer them to see them having a go? Because that's the Arsenal that we've grown up watching. I know things are different now. Liverpool have gone through the transition. I understand that. But to come to Anfield and play Xhaka, El Neni, and then try and pass out with Luiz, I don't know. I'm just a bit baffled by it. And yeah, watching Stoke. Oh, come on, man. Listen, if anyone lives anywhere in and around Earl, yeah, please just look after him, yeah, because he's a nice guy, but he's in a tough spot at the minute. You know what I mean? Arsenal are hurting him and that.
Yeah, like Reza said, like, you know, Aubameyang, he wasn't interested. What we doing? Like he was just there running, trying to press. That's not his game. Aubameyang is lethal. And that's why, for me, Ceballos had to be playing, because Lacazette, if you reverse the thing, Aubameyang tucking them goals.
Another thing I will ask, yeah, for everyone watching that game, yeah, is Bellerin's lost a yard of pace, isn't
he? Yeah, he has. I think he has. Like, he used to be electric. He used to be fast.
I watched him today. He just looks half the. But anyway, listen, I don't want to get too much drawn on Arsenal, because Liverpool put in the work today. They pressed from minute one. They pressed, and to know that you got people like Thiago to come into the side, I think that as a Liverpool fan, you've got to be looking at that thinking, yes. But again, if I'm being ultra critical, I'd say middle of the park today, Wijnaldum. I don't know if he did all the running stuff, but just on the ball, I'm thinking, I don't know, like, you know, there's room for that improvement, and hopefully Thiago gives us that. So
yeah, I think even with Naby Keita, if you look at Gini, right, and for Fabinho doing his own job, he broke up William's pelvis, back, everything. He was hobbling everywhere. William was done out here.
And he looked over to him, get up,
get your ass up. But the thing is, William, like, he showed his age when he got hit like that. But the midfield, I think Fabinho was great, but Gini and Keita, for me, I could have seen a bit more. And Keita was washed towards the end. And then when man like Jota came on, he is the perfect player.
Let me just jump in on that. Go on. Jota, well done when he come on. Yeah, but someone please talk to me about Salah, please. I never expected it. I don't know what he was doing. If I was Jota, I'd be like, listen, I'm new in that. Do that again, yeah.
I lick him for jaw, bro. But no, I think that's what it was. You know what it is? Because Jota is new. He thought, you know what, I'm not really used to this, so I'll let you have this one. But you know, if that was Mane, imagine they'll be scrapping on the field. 100. They'll be scrapping on the field.
Yeah. But yeah, like, transfer window still going on. What are you thinking?
I think like with Thiago thing is done. Like every Liverpool fan is talking about Thiago, and he's come to it. But like I think you touched on it before the whole the game. If it's going to come in, the only one I can possibly see it happen is Sarr. But the way the Liverpool team is playing, and now we've got a depth in our squad. Like Shaqiri was doing madness in the midweek game.
Lincoln,
but I know it's going to Lincoln. But the confidence wise, and he's not even getting a gig. You're getting Minamino Kazuya in there, and you're getting Jota now. The thing is, I said to Liverpool fans, normally in this situation, who'd be coming on? You know damn right who's coming on. It's Origi. It's Origi coming out looking like Wesley Snipes and trying to do something.
Cisco.
Yeah. But and this is the thing now. Jota, he comes in and he adds a different threat. And this is what I'm talking about now. This depth on the bench for someone to come on to really change that game. Don't get me wrong, yeah. Origi's a goat out here. Yeah, for what he's done, he's a goat out here. But you've done your thing.
Big words.
You've done your thing. Man like Jota, is he or is he not the perfect fit for Liverpool? Like we talk about these big names, you talk about Sancho, you talk about who's related, who's linked to these teams and that. But Jota, I think he's going to be brilliant. And imagine Jota after Klopp has worked with him for a year. Different beast.
Do you know what? Yeah, I tell you what. I don't know if I'm alone on this, but when I saw Luis Suarez go to Atletico for 5.5, it hurt.
How much was it?
5.5 mil.
5.5.
It hurt.
Luis Suarez. Mad.
Well, take care of yourself. Listen, like I said, if anyone's in and around, if you see just give him a hug. It's tough out here, but trust me, you got this, yeah? Look after yourself.
And just like Reza said there, yeah, like if Thiago was in this game, bro, you can't be doing that. You can't be backing away and letting Liverpool have the ball because he would have thread needles left, right, centre. And that's why they're lucky because there were so many times where we needed that Naby Keita genie to collect the ball and do the thing. Even Bobby today. You know, we're big fans of Bobby. He was a part of the first goal, right? It was the first goal?
Yeah, took the touch.
But today he was slightly off it with his touches. Normally you see the deft touches perfect, but today he was slightly off it.
Yeah. But again, like I said, I'm happy. I'm so happy with what we've seen today. I think like this, again, we could still be better. And that's what excites me the most. From the opposition's perspective, listen, they got work to do in the transfer window. They need to get something done. I think from us, for Liverpool, I think it would be interesting to find out what people think who should be letting go. Because I think Origi's got to go. I think
what are all these young ones we got in there?
I think Grujić's got to go. I like
deeper.
I think Grujić's got to go. I think Wilson's gonna have to go because he ain't playing. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a good player, but he ain't playing. Like Hoover left because he ain't playing, and he knows that Nico Williams is in front of him or whatever. Yeah. So I think there's time to get rid of some of these boys now and get some money back in.
The thing is, I want to ask you this, right? And I've said it to you from day one. Does Klopp build young'uns? Does he get young'uns who've got talent and build them something? Because I have not seen it. And don't get me wrong, what he's doing with the main team is mad. And there's no kind of even...
If you're good enough, you'll play, isn't it?
I don't know if there's any room for these young'uns, yeah. But for me, does Klopp build them? I don't know. Because Wilson, I was excited
all I will say to you is, yeah, Trent.
Oh, come on, man. Trent got thrown in because we had no right back.
But he built him, bro.
No, but did he? He got thrown in. We had no right back. We had Klein. I don't know what Klein was doing. I heard some madness Klein was doing out there doing all sorts. And then he got thrown in because I was there for this first game. I think I was at Old Trafford watching that game when Trent was playing, and he actually did all right. And from there on, he took his chance. But does Klopp is Curtis Jones, all these guys here, even Grujić, bro?
I like Grujić.
I like Grujić,
but he's not going to play. So let's just write that off. Unless Wijnaldum leaves, which if Wijnaldum leaves, then I think cool. Then obviously maybe keep one of them. Which I don't think Wijnaldum will leave. But as far as I'm concerned, then these guys, I'm not saying it because it's my own best. But all I'm saying is it's one of those ones. It's like they still need to recoup something. Do you know what I mean? Because these players aren't going to play, so they need to recoup something back from these guys who aren't really going to get time to play. And that Elliott looks a good player.
He does, but that's what I'm saying. Like, are these Bunde actually going to play? Are they going to play? I don't think they are. They just get tried out here and there, keep them a bit excited, keep them happy in that. But I don't see it. But who cares, innit? We're doing mad shit. But that's a question I want to see if people actually think he does it.
Someone's asked a question, what did we think of City's performance against Leicester? Now, listen, again, Leicester were pretty much like what Arsenal did today when they sat back for ages, didn't they? And at one stage, you're looking at it thinking that they have to do something. And I think they scored and then they realised, hold on a minute, this team can be got at. Man City can be got at. I think the difference between Man City and Liverpool is I think they're still... We talked about it earlier about how the Liverpool are so confident in their defence that they can just press up the pitch. they can go and be brave and go and win a tackle and know that they've got everything. Their centre backs, they trust each other. The goalkeeper is good. And I think at the moment, since Company's gone, I haven't seen Man City personally, in my personal opinion, that they're not that confident. They don't have that confidence in their defence or in each other to know that, okay, I can go and press him. They're taking Fernandinho out of defence and putting him back into midfield to give him a little bit of solidarity. They've sold Otamendi. When they signed Otamendi, he was the answer. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's gone now, and they've got another young lad in.
We've always said Otamendi's dog shit, though, isn't it?
So I don't know. For Man City, listen. They're still going to be thereabouts. That's not mean no bones about it. They're still going to. They're the only team in this league. I mean, obviously Liverpool at the moment, but bar them, they're the only team I can see winning 15 games on the bounce. Man City. That's just the way I see it. They've got beaten by Leicester, and Leicester, I think we've seen what they're about. They'll, hot and cold, blow hot and cold. But I just think Man City would be thereabouts. Is this guy that they've signed 65 million going to be the answer? Mendy was 50 million. Walker was 50 million. Stones was 50 million. Do you know what I mean? So there's 50 million. There's your injury. You know what I mean? It's like, there's your injuries, but there's 50 million as off the bat. Aki 40 million. Do you know what I mean? So what is it going to be? Just the next one, the next one, the next one? I don't know.
Hardy, man. Alisson playing tonight was, like we said, that guy. There's so much layers to Liverpool now. Do you know what I mean? Like when you
the injury scare. There was an injury scare, and I'll be honest. We spoke about this earlier, right? And you hit the nail on the head earlier. He goes, people saw the injury scare of Alisson and Thiago. As much as I love up Thiago, and I haven't seen him play half a game for us, but we all know that without Alisson,
them saves are big. Like people don't even talk about it. They think about Lacazette showing him missing and stuff, but that save, like standing up for how he did, how long he stood up, stayed big. Lacazette's a good finisher. He's a good finisher, and like I'm saying, like Liverpool's got layers, and Alisson was a big. When there was talks of it, man was shocked, thinking, you know what, this could be anything. But Arsenal, I don't know what their tactics were. They're trying to be something different, but I'm not sure.
Reza just made a point, and I think he's spot on. Koulibaly, listen, he's 29, and they've spent 65 million on a relative unknown, thinking about potential of selling him on or whatever. I'm trying to think another one that came to mind, Mangala. Remember Eliakim Mangala? They said this is going to be the guy. It wasn't. So why don't you just go out and spend that extra money? You would have spent the money you spent on Mangala, Otamendi, all these guys. You just go out and say, right, okay, proven, Koulibaly, get him in. He's a beast. He's a boss. So either there's something that we don't know about Koulibaly, or, I don't know. I just look at it. Ake, I think Ake is a good signing. But if you look at Ake now, you've got Stones in there. As much as Stones has had a lot of opportunities, for 50 million, you're not going to get that back on him. So you're probably going to persevere with him in there. You've got Laporte. You've got this other new guy. So what is it then? You just throw 50 million at whoever looks okay. Here's 50 million. He looks all right. Well, we'll have him and give him a go. Give him 3 games. Then get the next one in. I don't know. You've got to look at improving players. And I don't know if Klopp, Guardiola's actually looking at that. It's almost like it's a merry-go-round. And then until you've got the back door shut, it's ever revolving at the moment. It's not, if you can't shut the back door and you can't stop conceding. Yeah, you might score goals, but Leicester proved yesterday they've scored 5 at their home ground. 5.
This even we said for a long time now. There's no easy game in this league. Like even Brighton, like I legitimately back Brighton to beat United, and that's no offense to United, but Brighton are now playing some decent football. No joke. Do you know what I mean? Now Leicester, Leeds, Man City. I've already said is going to be a great fixture. I can't wait to watch it. Do you know what I mean? Like you want to see, and this is why like Liverpool grinding out these results is just showing again that they're just setting levels way above. And I think we've talked about it before. Liverpool have played Leeds, who are a good side, right? Don't get me wrong, they're just freshly promoted, but they're a good side. But okay, fine, park that. But it's the other two. It's like we've just beaten Chelsea and just beaten Arsenal. Chelsea are top 4 side and they're title contenders, spent all this money on all these players, and Arsenal, who are going through this revolution, FA Cup winners, beats in the Community Shield, and we've just brushed them to the side. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like I look at it and I think to myself, I'm looking at other teams. City tucked, Man United look fragile. To be polite, if I'm being polite, who's that leave? These big Tottenham, yeah, Bale's got to come back into that side. Tottenham doing shit. They just drew with Newcastle. So I don't know. I'm not. Yeah, good point. Ox. I've been saying it for a while. Yeah.
So if there's a bid,
you take it. You take it in it. Take that bid if Ox is finished. Like where would he fit now?
He's a good impact. No, I think he's a good impact player, and it's right. So I've read that as well. That Wolves are interested in him. But if you're Ox now, you're looking at that team. I bet he was at when Thiago was at Sky Sports. Bro, every single Liverpool midfielder should be shook when he came.
I've said this from day one, and I'd love to ask all the mans who are watching, right? Who should be the most worried in the Liverpool midfield? Who should be most worried with Thiago? Now, people don't agree with me, but I say it should be Henderson. I'm not. That's no offense to Henderson, but what Thiago can do in that role, and that's where he needs to play. Because Fabinho, he starts as well. So, and then you need him to dictate. And Henderson was injured apparently. I say apparently on the against Chelsea, and Thiago came on in a whole different game.
My question would be, to you lot, is what is the starting midfield? Does Henderson go straight in, back in? If Thiago's fit, does he start? Do these three now start the next game regardless? I'm really interested to hear what people have got to say, because for me, Fabinho can't be dropped. He cannot be dropped. Wijnaldum, as much as he can be frustrating at times. Today, the other thing I will say about Wijnaldum, he's got to score more goals. The opportunities that he gets, he's got to score more goals.
His shots are like piss. Seriously.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes, come on, man. We know he did what he against Barcelona. It was mad, yeah. But most of the time, right, when he's coming on the edge of a shot, it's gonna be Mutter coming out. It's just gonna be like Lucas, Lucas Leiva ones. But I don't know, man. But Gini, I think like you said, you're about to go on to the point there that he can be replaced. And I think you're saying about the best three. I think that's harsh to say. I think we will use the whole squad. We will use the whole squad and rotate that midfield. But I think I would love to hear what people think, because I just think that if anything, he should be playing Henderson's role.
I've just seen a couple of points that's come through. One of the guys saying COVID and the VAR stuff. Listen, the VAR stuff and the penalty stuff. Even if the guys who've been playing and managing at this top level are kicking off a stink as they are, surely someone's got to turn around and be like, just cut it. It's done. It's done. Yeah. Tried it. It ain't worked. So, yes, it's mad. Wijnaldum, mate. I don't know about.
That's nothing. Harsh, Michael. It's harsh, but I know we know what you mean. Like, we're just saying.
I feel you, Michael. I feel you, but I don't know. It's just the ratting. He gets about. I don't know, man. But then, like you say, it's like if you said Henderson's replaceable, then I guess what Michael's point is valid. Then, in the sense that it's. Then so would he'll be replaceable as well. So I don't know, but what would your midfield be then? What would the who would you have in there? And yes, Barbados.
Yes, Stabby Live, OG out here, for the KangBrosTV. Follow from day dot.
Is it Robertson fan? Huh?
Oh yeah,
he scored today. I'm glad he scored.
Deals. Fabinho is the best CDM in the world by far. Yes, man, 100%.
Genie was on job.
Who comes close, bro?
Okay, so Michael, Hendo, Thiago, Fab. I can't.
Yeah, but where does Hendo work? So you're going to push Hendo forward, Michael, for that then? Because Fab's going to be obviously playing the holding, Thiago's going to be doing his thing, and Hendo's going to be up with the strikers, and I guess.
Easy. Mate, I like it. I'm
happy to try that still.
Mate, so anything that has Fabinho and Thiago,
as long as Thiago's playing,
the rest can you can interchange or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Here's a question for you lot as well. Signings. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Are we done?
Harley, has Genie not signed yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Bro.
Do we need anybody? Do we need to be getting somebody else? For me, I'd love a centre-back, just to cover for centre-back.
But when Matip, how many you got? Have you got Matip there?
Matip, Gomez, and then you're looking at Fabinho as your other centre-back, aren't you? Imagine if we signed Suarez. Oh, my God.
My man's still going on about Suarez.
Yeah, I know, man. That upset me.
Deals, I think, Fabinho, Thiago, Keita. I like that. But Uncle Keita, man. Uncle just is not consistent.
Michael is not having Genie at it. Wow. Michael, come on now.
Bro, don't we put the Barcelona tapes on it? Genie just comes on, bang those 2 goals.
Watch the tapes.
Check the tapes. There's a spot for Genie. Sorry. That's what I say. Genie offers something different, man. Sometimes you do need that. Like when he comes on, he brings that energy and stuff. But I hear you. Like for me, he wouldn't be the starting 3.
I'm seeing centre back pop up a bit. Give me names. Give me some names of what centre backs you're looking at.
That's a great shout from was that Colin? Yeah, I mean Gomez today. He didn't do anything wrong. His speed, he got out of trouble so much times. Was calm, cheeky little spins in there. He was perfect today.
Okay, I get that. I understand that. And people who watch this game today, what did he have to do? Like defensively, really, he had a couple of one-on-ones with Maitland-Niles or whatever. But like that's what I'm saying about Arsenal. Like if I'm an Arsenal fan tonight, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. So I'm saying you had a hard day at work and you come in, you know what, I'm gonna watch a game of football. Let's see what happens here. I'll be vexed because I'm looking at that thing. Do something in it.
Do you know what Arsenal fans, like the closest people to me, Arsenal fans, were saying to me, "This is gonna be a real test for Arsenal to see where we are."
That's where you is.
Exactly where you at. And then there's some people for a laugh, just saying a title contender matchup, which it never is. But yeah, what we got here?
This Dills cat is a big Fabinho. I don't know if he's family or something, but the plug.
Gomez didn't do anything because Fabinho was locking up everything. To be fair, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Fabinho is like the wall in it. Like we've got the layers, and Fabinho is just breaking out people, breaking pelvises and all sorts. But I disagree though, because what the things that he had to do, he made him look very tidy and clean. He didn't add any nerves, and that's what you don't want. And that goal, was it the goal where Trent was playing make you onside with a missed chance? I can't remember.
Yeah, they missed that. Yeah, that's one that made them.
That line, do you know what I mean? And it was Van Dijk, Gomez turned around, Trent was like, "What the fuck are you doing with that line?" Because we do this drills every single day and what you're doing. So for me, Gomez had a great game because he has been looking a bit shaky. So
yeah, yes. Hadi Sanchu, aka Lord Farquhar from Shrek. strong jaw.
He filled in to Maguire nicely. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we thought you can leave a big gap.
So we spoke about this, yeah, and obviously he laughed me out of the room when I said this. But hear me out. What I'm saying is they needed a experienced centre back, someone who's happy, like a Thiago Silva, just to come in. Bad example from the weekend's performance, but we all know what he's on job. So like you need an experienced centre back to come in and just be sitting on the bench. When you come in, he's going to be on job. And I said at the time, so Andre isn't going to come to Liverpool and not start. Do you know what I mean? He ain't going to come to Liverpool and expect to play every game. Johnny Evans, for me, that's the one I said. I goes, he's experienced. He's a bit of an OG, but he's the sort of person. He's not going to come. He's not going to be phased.
I laugh, to be fair.
Yeah, but my point being is that you got to be realistic. You got to think of like they signed Milner and they signed Adrian. You need them dons as well. And I just thought that he would have been a good person to have as cover because he's rarely injured. He's dependable. But then I guess from his perspective is, am I going to come in and want to sit on the bench? So it's a tough one. It is a Michael.
See what I mean?
Michael, listen.
When someone says Johnny Evans, come on, man. We ain't in 1996. He's done out here.
Listen, I'm just saying. It's him or you were Lovren. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. Like, I'm just saying it's cover.
Bro, Lovren's a goat. Bro. Lovren's a goat. Won everything out here. So Johnny Evans, to be fair. He won bare things when he was at Man United. No?
There you go, isn't it?
To be fair, now I think Johnny Evans is at his level and he's doing his thing. So I don't know. I think he's can't take the piss out of him too much. Gomez versus Ake. That's a good shout. I mean, both very good, but Gomez's pace is just mad. But Ake's a bit more. He's not as more mistake prone.
Michael, listen. You cannot be speechless after your outbreak on Genie. All right, that's one each. We equal. Oh, glass
Yeah, little lie. We need glassy. So speechless. That's a great shout from Hardy as well, though. You're like anyone next to VVD,
Michael, man. I swear down. Me and you, I thought we were boys in that. Coming at me with that sort of.
No, but
that's fair. It's fair.
You know, like Hardy said, though. Anyone who next to VVD, like, looks good. Is that even Lovren sometimes even. But then again, you know what? You say that teams when Lovren was playing, they actually literally picked on Lovren.
They're like that, innit?
Literally
play on him.
You had man's like Deeney just saying, you know what? Yeah. Allow Virgil van Dijk, I'm just going to go on Lovren. And they did that. So that's why, like, yes, your point is correct. But at the same time, if you put people like that there, then you will get found out. Simple.
Mate, like I said, my thoughts on today, I think another person made a comment about Genie. I thought Genie today, like I said, it's weird because you could look at it and say, well, what did he do? But at the same time, it's like, what did he allow them to do? Do you know what I mean? He's like a rash. That's what he does, isn't it? So it's hard to say anything negative about Genie. But my only criticism, I guess, the main thing I've said a couple of times is like, there's a time when he came up on the edge of the box and rolled it back. They're not pressing you. Like, you got the whole goal. And it's like dribble to the keeper. And they just look at you thinking, come on, man. That's the time when you could put that game to bed. But I don't know. Maybe we're getting a bit too greedy now because, we're doing all right, which has been a long time. We ain't, so
we need Matip back. I agree. Matip, when he was playing, and a lot of people digging Matip out. I don't even understand why, but he was solid as anything with Virgil. And yeah, he was actually saving Virgil a few times. I remember correctly. So I don't know what the length of his injury is and how long he's out for, but Matip definitely needs to come back, and I think he would definitely go ahead of Gomez. But like I said, Gomez flawless. He was flawless today. I know a lot of people are saying he had nothing to do, but Robertson made a mistake out of nothing. So he did his job. He's a big game player. It's true. Like I can trust him. I can trust him.
Wow.
Benteke. Wow. We do not need that guy, bruv.
To be fair, I'd take Benteke back and play him as centre back. Yeah, maybe.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Since he left Liverpool, Benteke has lost all mojo. I feel sorry for the guy, to be fair. But you know,
who do I'd ask people who come?
I love Matip. He's like Lallana.
But he's like Lallana's injuries. True.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. See, I'm backing you, Michael. I hear you. I'll be interested to find out who people think we need to let go, because we have inevitably people are going to have to go, aren't they? Like if you sign people, some people are going to have to go. So Jota's come in. Jota's come in. Obviously, Thiago has come in. So I'm thinking those guys are going to come into play. So who moves on? Are people happy to let Wilson go? Is it? Yeah, Shaqiri's still there, but that's another one. I mean, again, is it he played against Lincoln, played well, and then man's nowhere to be seen. So I'm thinking,
that Shaqiri free kick was mad.
But is it? What I'm saying, is it time for them to say, right, listen, do one to Shaqiri? Because we can't. I mean, I know that there's people talk about cups and you need there's injuries and squads, but you also got to be realistic, because like some of these players at that stage of they need to play, don't they? Wilson needs to be playing
100.
So
and Wilson went there to Bournemouth and was doing madness.
Yeah, so, like Shaq, Grujic to go, but
I feel sorry for Grujic, man. I don't think he can do anything.
Gone to the Bundesliga and actually put up some numbers, man.
He's doing bits, yeah.
And Wilson the same, but he's gone and played in good level and he's done okay. Brewster looks like he's out the door. Looks like he's going to leave. I'd keep him over Origi personally. So Wilson, Shaq, Origi, Grujic need to go. Wilson, Grujic, probably Brewster. Yeah, it's similar sort of names that are coming up, but it's a shame though, because I think Wilson gives us something a little bit different.
I like Wilson. So it's like same thing as Donny. Where does he play? And then you've got Curtis Jones in the mix, and people were like, I don't know. A lot of people love Curtis Jones. I just don't see enough yet to actually give him that. Like Wilson's done more.
I think so.
You know, Wilson's done more. And then there was Woodburn in there. There were loads of youngsters. Like,
see, that's what I'm saying.
Curtis Jones, baller, deals.
I think it's bedtime, mate.
No, he is good. Like, you know what I mean? I think what game did he come on and he actually did a good job. But
in them cup games, he's like, even I know it's Lincoln, but he's scored a couple of goals that he scored. I thought to myself, oof, it's naughty. But again, where does he come into that side? And do you think he's gonna be like, if you're Grujic, you're gonna look at that and say, what? So you're gonna play him ahead of me? I've just been putting in shifts in the Bundesliga. I've been putting in numbers, but I don't know. It's different. And we all believe in Klopp. I know that, and of course you would, but. Brewster walking out the door for me, I'll be thinking, Origi has to go, I think, but
has to. I don't understand what Origi's still doing here.
But that would suggest then if Brewster's linked with a move away, then that make me think that we could be getting another striker. Is Sarr? I don't know if Sarr can play through the middle. I know he's a winger. I don't know if he can play through the middle, but I don't know.
Jones good bench player, Scoutler too. Yeah, 100%. He should be in the squad. I agree with that. Last 15 games of Bournemouth, he couldn't make the squad.
I believe he was part of them injuries as well. I know he was injured in and out, so I think it would have been the case of getting back to fitness. But you've got a point. Even when Bournemouth went down, so you can't get. He obviously went, pulling up trees, but.
Solanke, bro.
This is the guy who was saying Solanke's the one. Get out of here.
I fucked up that one. Still,
I wish we had Klopp instead of Ole. Mate, I don't envy you at the minute. I'll be honest.
You said that?
Reza. Mate, I don't envy you. Watching Man United is hard, but then, like I said, but we talked about this before, and I'm not just saying this to throw to take the piss or anything like that. But I just thought. You lot are now going through what we did. And it was all funny when it was Liverpool, Man United saying, oh, yeah, we won this back in the day, or we won this back in the day. It happens to everybody, because now they talked about it after the game. It's like, Man United now will not be seen or linked with someone like Jota. Do you know what I mean? They're going to look at it and say, well, Man United, Sancho's got to be Sancho. Or they'll link with Bale, Sancho. I see them linked with Kante today. Do you know what I mean? It's like, listen, sometimes you've got to really understand, what is it we're trying to do? Arsenal, fair play to them from that perspective. This is the model we want to push. This is the system we want to promote. This is the personnel we need. Man United at the moment, for me, don't really have an identity. Their identity was Fernandes. He's going to be the answer. So what
First
about,
it was Pogba.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's Pogba. So that's my next thing. Well, what about Pogba then? So for Pogba, he was supposed to be the answer. He's coming to Man United and he stank the place out, as far as I'm concerned. Bruno Fernandes has come in there and showed him how players at that level need to. That's how they, conduct themselves. You come in, you take the ball by the horns, you dominate games and whatever. And now all of a sudden everyone's like, oh yeah, Pogba's getting back to his levels. You seem to forget that he's only starting to do that now. Fernandes is playing. So why does it take someone like Fernandes to get the best out of Paul Pogba, who's Man United's answer?
Against Brighton, he was dog shit, Pogba.
And this is what. And like I said, I'm not trying to take the kick a team or anything like that. I mean, man, I am. You're shit. I'm joking. And what I'm saying is, it's like if you look at the way that Man United are playing at the moment, there doesn't seem to be an identity. You're trying to sign Sancho, great player. I mean, well, he's a very good player. He's still young and he's done it in the Bundesliga, but he's still very young. So what I'm saying is, Greenwood, Man United fans are loving him off, right? Everyone's loving off Greenwood, loving off Rashford, and Martial apparently last season has hit his straps now. So why the hell do you need another winger of that level? Who has to start? So someone has to make way for that. So I'm just saying, they're linked with these big names, but does that suit whatever they're trying to do? Arsenal, they're doing something. Same thing from Chelsea to a certain extent. Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, Pulisic. Yeah, all ballers.
Scented blood saying, nah, how are you saying that when Pogba playing so deep? Pogba is awful. Hendo is levels above him and yet does not get the recognition he deserves.
I think the thing is, Pogba playing, you could say he's playing deep or they've tried him everywhere. They've tried him everywhere. Yeah. And they've tried to accommodate.
How long has he been here now? That's the thing.
He had 2 stags. He was here before. They let him go for a reason. Sir Alex Ferguson, you really think Sir Alex was going to let someone like Pogba go? Even if Pogba was like, I want out. How has it got to that stage? If he was that good at that level, I think he would have got love. I think, for me, he would have got love. Just like anybody. But and this is, I think, half the problem. Because Man United fans are a little bit like, Pogba is the guy. He's the guy, he's such a good player, Listen, Fernandes has come in and has been on job.
Exactly, straight away. But what I'm saying is, like you said, he's had enough time. Like when people come in, even when Liverpool, if a player comes in, Jota, he's going to be given a certain amount of time. Pepe at Arsenal, he's been getting ridiculed straight away. People talk about Pepe now. They didn't give him no time whatsoever. Pogba's been for 4 years, whatever the timeline is, and he's still hasn't comment.
Pogba's world class. He's in the wrong team at the wrong time. Listen, potential wise, there's no doubt. There is no doubt he's well.
You've got to deliver on that.
Exactly, but there's people. There's other people that have been dubbed as world class. But world class players do it day in, day out. Wrong team, wrong time. So what's the difference between Fernandes? So what's Fernandes then? So Fernandes has come in and had an impact on that team, what Pogba was supposed to, I believe. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure Man United fans believe the same thing. But Fernandes has had a better influence. So what does that make Fernandes? If Pogba's world class, then what does that make Fernandes? Because Fernandes he's delivered.
Thing is, I don't really like this whole statement of being around a shit team. A world class player, Steven Gerrard, was surrounded by dog shit. He was surrounded by shit. There was some seasons where he was surrounded by some good players. Most of the time, it was Gerrard carrying that team. Any Liverpool fan following Liverpool in that period knew it was Gerrard. But he still stood out. You speak to any fans across who watch Premier League, they'll say Gerrard is a baller. And he played alongside shit. If you played against in a Man United team, in a Chelsea team, you didn't have to go that far back. You can look at Van Dijk. Van Dijk has come in and had an impact because I'm not saying, listen, he's proved this himself, obviously, with his performances, but he's come in and he's made such an impact on everybody else around him as well as his own performances. So I think world class.
That's world class for me. Paul Pogba, there's no denying that he's got world class. He's got world class player in him somewhere. But it needed Pirlo and it needed Kante when he was his most successful. Now all of a sudden Fernandes is in. So maybe you will see this world class player that you talk of. But is he really world class? When the chips were down at United, you looked at him and he wanted to leave. And at the same time, last time I want out. So
there's no doubt on his, like you said, on his ability. But you have to deliver. You can't just say, "Oh, he's got ability. He's got ability." For how many years do you keep saying that? You have to deliver at some stage, and you have to be honest with yourself. He hasn't delivered. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're not doubting his ability whatsoever, but you can't just be stamped with that and just not do anything.
Colin, what a statement! And it's Thiago's quote. That is spot on. It's 10% talent and 90% effort. Me. Someone like, and again, it goes back to someone said the point about Henderson. He's so underrated, but he works so hard with what he's got. Whereas Paul Pogba, he sprinkles bits and bobs for me.
Perfect example.
Where you look at Pogba and you think, oh my God, if he does that more regularly, he'd be top bracket. So I don't know. For me, jury's out. I'm not denying that he has the credentials to be
We're not denying that
top bracket, but he ain't been doing it. Is Arsenal the most hated team in England?
No.
Have you seen Man United?
there's enough teams I hate for Arsenal, man. Like Chelsea, Man City,
Spurs.
all Spurs fans. They're the worst. If there's any Spurs fans watching, yeah, suck him on.
No.
Because you know what, Arsenal fans, yeah, like they've went through things where they actually won things. So I get it. Tottenham, what have you won? Nothing. You did nothing. And you come talk to people. This one, go do something first.
It's almost like saying, you know, when like your group of friends are together and Tottenham fans starts talking, you're like,
how dare you?
Yeah, how dare you? But Arsenal are definitely not the most hated team in England. But I think it's just I think the thing with Arsenal is I think it's more like looking at what they were, and they used to get vexed at getting top four. Remember Arsenal fans? Oh, so what? We got top four. We need to kick on. We need to push on. You die for that now. A lie? You take that in a heartbeat.
But yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Like Hardy saying Rio was right. Give Ollie the black checkbook. Ollie's the wrong man. I said it from day one.
Hardy. Do you know what? Yeah, the beauty of that documentary that killed it for me. Yeah, was when they were like, and if Tottenham win today, they go within 6 points. The team in fourth, and then the screen goes black. And the next thing you know, the door opens and Dele Alli's dashing bottles and fuck this and fuck that. I was thinking, what is this documentary about? What's it about?
Yeah, it's a weird documentary still. Like, I'm sure Tottenham fans like it to get a little bit of insight, but there were some funny scenes for other, neutral teams.
If you haven't seen it yet, there's a bit about
I'll take the Brighton manager over Ole. Brighton manager's doing the job still.
Mate, there's this bit in there with Danny Rose, yeah, when he comes in and talks to Mourinho.
Yeah, I see that.
Mate, I was watching that. And you'd think, yeah, Danny Rose has won Ballon d'Ors on Ballon d'Ors. Yeah, I will be talking to the chairman. I will be talking to him. Tell Daniel I'm looking for him. I was like, I bet Daniel's like, what? What? What do you want? He goes, what about Milan? He was like, no, it's Bournemouth or Newcastle. Mate, do me a favour, please.
He will come through. I believe in Ole. Look, that's every Liverpool fan's dream. Listen, yeah, just keep giving him the job for year upon year. I think all Liverpool fans know that this guy is not the one. They need to just for me personally. I don't know if you've got a different manager. Just get Poch in. Stop wasting time.
But someone's made a point there. Like there's the Brighton manager. Listen, I think he's a very, very good manager. But I think he needs that job. He needs the Tottenham job before he can go to Man United. Whereas Poch at Tottenham done stuff with that team that no one else is going to be able to do, I'm afraid. Poch is ready. As much as I wouldn't want to see it, that's what has to happen, really. You need to go and get Poch for them, and then he will do much better. There's no, I can't. If someone please tell me, can someone please tell me what Manchester United's style or brand or identity is? What is it that they're trying to do? Because I don't know. I've watched enough of their games to tell you I don't know. Ole for life, mate. Michael, me and you agree on something. 100%. I'm on that. I'm on that. Sign him up. Because the thing is, yeah, when you know a manager has been given a job, he got given Man United a job. He won 6 games or whatever it was. Yeah, he won 6 games. They beat PSG with a very controversial decision. Doesn't matter. In the book, it says they won. They're through to the next round. But was there a queue of clubs lining up for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Don't worry, I'll wait.
There was not one. Abdul G, hello KangBros. Still think Curtis is all hype. Not hype, as in like we just don't think people are saying that he's the next Liverpool captain. That's what we're trying to say. So we see the talent, we see his confidence, and every time he comes on, he comes about it. But
Michael,
what I'm saying is,
Michael, that's low. That's a low blow.
All I'm saying is that he's not. People are saying like he's the next Liverpool captain. Let's see some more yet, and let him take his chance and stuff. He's doing good things, but right now people are just overhyping him a bit too much right now. That's all we're trying to say on that. And will he get a gig in front of when Thiago's here now? When does he come in? That's what we're trying to say.
Pep Linders, I don't know. I don't know. I think that might come too soon. I still think that Pep Linders will be learning on the job. But the way he talks, the way he obviously it's built into him as well to know what we want to do. So I wouldn't be absolutely against it. I wouldn't mind seeing the Bayern Munich manager come in after when he's done there. We can swap if you want afterwards. I mean, obviously, I want Klopp for the foreseeable, obviously, but Klopp's going to want to go at some point.
Bro, I don't even think about the day that Klopp leaves, man.
Because it's over. It's a wrap.
That's going to be like some family member dying for me, bro. To straight.
Frank, get Chelsea firing? I'm not so sure. I don't think so.
I've said, yeah, I don't think people, if Frank does not get fired, he's gonna be gone by Christmas. The amount of money they spent, and you know what they're like, they're brutal. Di Matteo won the Champions League, get out. If Lampard doesn't do it, they ain't got no loyalty, man. If he's not doing it, Lampard will be gone. But I think this is a step too far for Lampard to juggle all these players.
Yeah,
all
but
this money.
half of me thinks that these aren't all Frank signings. But they don't look like they're Frank signings.
I don't think so.
He made a comment the other day about the goalkeeper, and he kind of sort of said, "It's just check told me these man told me get him and that." So I don't know, like, so I'm not sure, like, you know, how are you gonna get them all playing now? So you've got Hudson-Odoi, you've basically said you ain't going to Bayern Munich because you're our guy. We're gonna play you. But then he's on the bench. Then you see Ziyech walk through the door. Then you're seeing Werner play from wide to get Tammy a game, and Tammy's actually scoring. So if a good manager will know how to manage all of this, but it's inevitable that some of these people are gonna just have to go because you can't play. Tammy Abraham took goals last year, and he come on the other day and scored. Hudson-Odoi played the other day, and he scored. So that for me is when Ziyech's fit, which are not far away, and Pulisic is fit. Those two are going to start. Ziyech is not coming to sit on the bench, and nor is Pulisic. When Pulisic is fit, he'll play. Werner plays. Havertz has to play. Kante, you can't even dream about going into a game without Kante.
I don't think he is because they prefer thingy, don't they?
Ball player, Jorginho. Okay,
yeah.
because they wanted to play on the pivot. They want someone to get the ball from the defense and play out.
Kante might as well cut. If they don't play him, I can't believe that. He will go into any team for me, like straight up. The green Liverpool shirt is our best kit in a long time. No, I'm not sure. Like, it's a bit still like Free Willy thing going on for me.
Bro,
it's not green. It's not blue.
Looks like it's a cover for a table, cuz
it's Croatia out here, man. What's wrong with you, man?
Lovren and that. That's respect to Lovren.
This is for Lovren. Go for the checker. Stabby Frank may get some fire. 100. I'm telling you, if he doesn't do his thing, he's going to get fired 100%.
But again, Reza, I understand that there's time. People need time, but is he going to get time? Because Chelsea managers in the past have won leagues and not got time. And the other thing is, again, what is it that they're trying? How are they going to play? What is it that they're trying to do at the moment? So you can keep signing all these players, but who's going to do what in them teams? Because I just don't. I'm not sure I can see that there's anything being gelled together. Just as my personal opinion
at the moment. Yeah, but it's a good point. They will need time. I think eventually, if they do get it right, then boy, because then it's a thing to worry about. Hardy, Timo looks like a baller. Yes, he does. He looks sick. But Fabinho made him look like a little baby in it. We have to admit, like Fabinho did a serious job on him, and that's not even Virgil. But I agree. I think he'll get goals easy. He's easily going to get goals.
Stabby though, it's one of them ones. If you look at it from that perspective of I don't disagree with you whatsoever. But at this point of his career, just like some of the other players we talked about,
who are we talking about now?
Werner.
Yeah,
is that if Werner comes to Liverpool, you can't guarantee him that slot. They just won the league, and the season before they won the Champions League, finished second, Champions League final. These lot, I understand that there's a cycle. I get that. But at this moment in time, can you tell him that he's gonna start every game? I don't think you can. So it's difficult to then try and sign somebody. If you spend 50 million or whatever it's going to cost, he's got to come in to start, any. So
I agree. Like I think all Liverpool fans agree that Werner was the one, but he can't start ahead of any of those three, and he has to fight for it at least, and it's not guaranteed. So deals, I'll take Kante in a heartbeat. Yes, 100%. Imagine Fabinho, Thiago, Kante. Fabinho and Kante in one team. Oh my god! Wrestling match.
Reza, you made a point there. Do you think Arteta would be the same manager if he wasn't working with Pep? Right. I've said this before. The analogy I used before. Yeah. Just because you wear the suit doesn't make you Batman. Yeah. Just because Batman. Listen, that's what it is. You're giving him the suit. You think he's going to be Batman? No. He's not. He's given the chance. Yes, because he's an assistant and he's had history at Arsenal or whatever. But just because you dress him the same, it don't mean he's going to deliver the same. He wouldn't have got that job if he wasn't Pep's number 2, of course. But Arsenal, I mean, I'm hoping that they didn't just think, okay, because there's a bit of history and he looks like he knows what he's talking about, that they've gone for him. Because what's his name? Ancelotti was available. Ancelotti's gone and signed James, Allen, and Decore. 3 midfielders that are on job. That would get into Arsenal's midfield. If I'm wrong, if those 3 midfielders would not get into Arsenal's team, tell me now, because they would walk into Arsenal's midfield comfortably.
I agree.
And he's got that pull. He's got that clout.
Abdul G, Joe Gomez was a beast today. Needs consistency. Yeah, we've just said this about Joe Gomez as well. I thought he's really good today. But a lot of people said as well is what did he have to actually do? Because Arsenal tactics were wacky. But for me, he didn't do anything wrong in this game, and he kept everything under control and nothing to worry about. So his pace got him out of trouble a load of times. You got to remember, Arsenal players are quick, and he was just chilling. I think they had more gears to go as well.
Again, Colin hit the point that we wouldn't have a 200k player sitting on the bench. Absolutely. Again, Stabby, I don't disagree, mate. I think that Werner is very, very good. Very good. But it's
brilliant player.
But it's equally, it's like saying you've just won the league, you were a massive part of that. We've just won the Champions League, you were a huge part of that. The goals that you scored in those international cups, super cups, whatever. But Werner looks like he's probably going to be able to do the same thing as you, maybe more. So we're going to take a punt. Realistically, I don't think it can happen. Although, I agree that he's a top player. I just can't see it. It wouldn't happen. He wouldn't come and pay 200 grand to sit on the bench either.
And it's like, it's just like Hadib said. Do you know what I mean? He's 250k a week. It's not happening. That's going to go against all the stuff that we do, all the top players that we got. I don't think even Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk are on 250. I think they're slightly less, or maybe on that level, but they're somewhere maybe less. Ancelotti, elite level, yes, we said this. Arsenal should have got Ancelotti. That's what I still agree to today. Like, look at those signs that he's done at Everton. And
Stabby's point there. The point about him, he's a good manager with a squad that's missing a midfield, so his tactics are spot on. Okay, fine, that's fine. But the point I just made a second ago was that squad was still going to be there. And if Ancelotti had come in, his tactics obviously work because they've worked everywhere he's gone. But those three midfielders that he's brought in, he's got that because he's worked with them at Napoli, he's worked with the one at Madrid, and the other one he's noted that he's guy's a baller and he's available. So those three midfielders, if it's Ancelotti and Ancelotti takes them to Arsenal,
now exactly,
then you've got the midfield.
Now what we're talking about. Imagine Rodriguez at Arsenal, and this is the thing. Like with managers, yes, they're good managers, but they attract these players. Like half these players that we got at Liverpool, it's not just because they want to play for Liverpool.
That's it.
Do you really think they want to live in Merseyside over London? I don't think so. I think most people will choose to live in London. No offense to Merseyside, but I'm just saying, I think a lot of times we've lost out to players because they prefer to live in London. It's because of Klopp. You see any of these players, they would have said they had a conversation with Klopp and he attracted them. And same with Ancelotti. If you've worked with him, you know how he manages, you know how he gets the best out of you, you're going to go there. Rodriguez at Arsenal would tear it up.
And again, Stabby said, I don't mean it that he means that he can play all three positions. Again, absolutely don't disagree with you. But for 250 grand, in any one of those three positions, those three are going to start. Salah, Mane, and Firmino are going to start. And I think it's tough. If Chelsea are saying, listen, come live in London, here's more money, you're going to start, or Liverpool's going to be like, right, we're not going to pay you as much money, you ain't going to start, and you've got to try and dispossess three people. You're better off going for someone like a Jota, because although you've paid a lot of money for him, although you got the 10 million for Hoover.
23 years old as well.
He's 23, and he kind of has that hunger to try and get into the side. Whereas Werner's like, mate, I've earned my stripes. Either I'm in and I'm playing and I'm tucking goals, or what's the point? That's just my opinion. That's just my personal outlook on it, and I think that's why you'd go to Chelsea. With what's going on, that's what my take on it would be.
Reza said midfield is so important in today's game. Yeah, 100%. Like when Ceballos came on, he cut a needle through Liverpool a couple of times straight away, and that's the thing. Like you're not going to get that with Xhaka and Elneny. Don't get me wrong, Elneny I think actually has done well to cement a position in this team. No, in the Arsenal team. Nah, I don't think so. I think the last manager, he didn't see the benefit of him. I think he was leaving. He's actually defensively, he does some good things in the midfield. For me, like he plays ahead of Xhaka. What does Xhaka do? But again,
one of the comments was that midfield in today's game is very important, and we touched upon it earlier. But how can you set up a team to pass out from the back to have no ball player in midfield to come and get on the ball? You've got Xhaka, and then you've got Elneny as your two midfielders. So even if you're playing out from the back, who are you going to give the ball to get us out? Right, get us out, spin. All it looked like they were doing, they was playing out. Then they get to a certain point where Liverpool were like, right, okay, we'll contain, we'll sit back now. They've kind of kept the ball fine, so we'll just retreat, and then one out of them will lead the press again. But all they did was just let Luiz have it, and he was looking for the Hail Marys, just getting it out of his feet. Can I zing it? Can I zing it? Mate, you can zing it all you want, but we've got four defenders up against one striker because the other one went on it. You're asking the Aubameyang to make the out to in run against these lot when the ball's got to be immaculate, it's got to be perfect. So asking a lot. So that's why I'm looking at the tactics today and saying, yeah, okay, tactically people are saying that he got it right, just didn't have the personnel. But if he ain't got the personnel, you pick the team. Ceballos didn't start. Pepe was on the bench, and when he came on, he ran at people. And Saka, he didn't even get on. And he's another person that is a bit more direct. Maitland-Niles for me was terrible today. I thought it was terrible. That's my personal. His performance today was terrible.
I think no one really knew where he was playing either. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. He knew where he was playing,
and no one knew what he was actually doing. To be fair, so I get that. Klopp said Don put Keane in his place. Yeah, that was funny. I think he obviously misunderstood.
Fair. I didn't know he was injured.
Who was injured?
Saka.
Oh yeah, I was surprised to see him.
Arteta played defensive midfield. Had to play defensive midfield against us. I understand that, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't have done that, but the way I see it is, if you're going to try and encourage them to play from the back, which they did, they religiously play from the back, then playing a defensive midfield is a bit null and void. Then you're better off just saying, right, okay, what we're going to try and do is play in their half. So when we're going to get it, we're going to turn them. We've got pace up front, so let's play in their half. I'm just thinking, I just feel like they was just so predictable. And that's one of my analogy earlier was, it's like taking candy from a baby, because it's like you've got these guys who are like arrows, just boom, 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 pressing. They're trying to play out. There's no focal point in midfield to get on the ball and say, right, okay, can we turn them? Can we get the ball? Can we go back out to the fullbacks? If you're going to play defensive midfield, then the tactics, you've got to mix it up. Then you've got to say, right, okay, in this moment in time, this ain't working. We've lost the ball every time we've tried it. I know that they scored from playing out, but there's a big slice of fortune in that.
But the thing is, that's what they were praying for, right?
But then it's sometimes there is percentages. Then it is a case of, right, we can't breathe in here. I know you can argue that if you clip it, then it's going to be, they're going to get the ball and then they're just going to be straight back on us. I get that. But the other way you can look at it is, right, we're playing in their half. So if they are going to make a mistake, they're making it higher up the pitch. So we can either react or we can pounce on the mistake. That's just, and you look at it from a tactical perspective, you're trying to get him to play, and you've got two holding midfielders. Xhaka is only going to try and Hail Marys. And Elneny, I actually don't know what Elneny does. I don't know what he does as a football player. And that's not me being rude. I'm just saying, tell me what his attributes are. What did he bring to that team today? So from Liverpool, it's like, yeah, chilling. Go and press these lot.
As I said, Arsenal came to defend. They didn't come here to win for me. And I think they tried to steal a draw if they could. And Arsenal need to be a little bit more brave. Yes, but then it's the same thing, because then the Arsenal of old trying to be brave at Anfield may have got slaps. So this is why I think they're trying a different approach. And this is probably why they weren't as brave as they could have been. And as you said, for a Liverpool fan, you'd always be on your toes when it comes to the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette. But I just don't think they wanted to be brave.
Some of I'm reading some of these the points here. Pepe leaves too many holes and it's working at a point. It's hard with lack of quality. Ceballos got ran ragged against us when he started last season. Martinez is a better keeper. Again, these are all opinions. That's why we love. That's why we all love football, right? That's why we all watch it. But Pepe leaving holes and it's working against a point. For me, they've come here and played defensively and got beat 3-1. And it could have been more. You could argue that they could have scored, if shoulda, woulda, coulda. The fact of the matter is they got beat 3-1. They didn't have a go. They sat back. They literally got pounded for 90 minutes, really. If you believe that this guy's gonna leave holes, the other way to think about it is it's half glass empty, half glass full, right? Is if he's going that way, then as a fullback, I've got to be careful, because if I do go, which I'm going to keep trying to do, if I do go, this is going to go the other way, and there's a problem. So I think it's how ambitious you want to be. From again, my personal opinion, if you play Michael, we got to have words, my player. But if you want to be brave and you want to play, fine. Then Ceballos has got to play, because that's the style of football you want to play. It's contradicting, really. If you want to be this team that plays and this is what we want to do, then you've got to own it. If you're going to get them to play out, then give them an out, give them something to go with. So right, okay, Ceballos got on the ball. Yes, he might get pulled from side to side from time to time, but equally we're looking to score goals. We're looking to go and get a goal. My opinion on that, anyway.
All right, so let's wrap this up, man. It's been it's been an hour. So in terms of man of the match, who's your man of the match today for?
I will give it to. Fabinho or Sats or Mane. For me, probably. I'm gonna go with Mane.
I'm going Mane. I think he's relentless again. Arsenal were just scared every time the guy was running through. Both sides came on and did his thing. So,
Arteta, Deep too, है ना?
What did he say?
Arteta, he goes. इन्हीं बुरियां गल्लां ना करे कर. Yeah, we're a problem for any team, mate. I hear that. And Mane, yeah, I like that. Obviously, look like we've hit the same as everybody else. Listen, buzzing for everyone to tuning in. I hope you
really like the live chat. This is the first time we tried it. So we hope you like what if we could continue doing it, or we can do back to the old school way. Let us know in the comments, whatnot. But yeah, good night, everyone. Liverpool fans buzzing, and we'll see you for the next one.
Sleep well.
Peace.
Peace.